When I'm out there on the ocean and I pop up on a wave, I almost feel like flying. I've spent most of my life being underwater. As a submariner, I had to ride inside a very small enclosed space for 90 days or longer without ever seeing daylight. I was sort of trapped. In the military, I was saving for financial independence and freedom. When I'd served about 10 years, halfway to your pension, I made a terrible mistake. I'm Doug Nordman. I'm a retired U.S. Navy submariner. Most people in the Navy don't join to be in the submarine force. There were interviews with a psychologist. Do you have claustrophobia? How do you feel if you get stuck in an elevator? There's not much personal privacy. The ocean is complex and can be dangerous. When flooding starts or when a fire starts, you have seconds to take the right actions. You had to work together. And I found that was something bigger than me, something tremendously motivating. When I'd served about 10 years, I was screening for XO. It was the end of the Cold War, and the drawdown was happening faster than it should have. So I was very surprised when it turned out that I was listed as XO in excess. And what that meant was I made the cut, but I didn't have the job. That was a fairly dark period where you suddenly realize that you've been training all your life to do the next thing. And suddenly the entire industry around you has changed. It was the first time in that 10-year career I'd actually had to think about what else I wanted to do. I had gotten very accustomed to having that steady paycheck, and I felt extremely nervous about giving that up. How long would it take me to find a job? Would I find a job I enjoyed? All those fears of changing for something that had more potential led to me feeling trapped in where I was, and I ended up staying on active duty until I got to 20 years and the pension. The reality was that I had many choices that I just didn't recognize at that point in my life. I could have gone into the National Guard, or going into the Navy Reserve, I could have walked into a 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year job. It would have had more time with my family. My wife and I made all the classic investing mistakes. We chased the hot mutual funds. We paid sales charges, high expense ratios. We generally spent more money chasing performance than we would have made if we had just been left it alone. Every little 1 or 2% that I wasted on those efforts essentially delayed my financial independence by 6 months to a year. I wish that I'd had more financial knowledge. If somebody had told me that I needed to put down all my tools and go to a training session on how to invest in a thrift savings plan or how to save for retirement, I would have had a much better quality of life along the way. When I retired in 2002, we took surfing lessons and had a lifeguard push us into the waves for an hour. I was hooked. I've been surfing for almost 19 years. It challenges me. It's tremendously fulfilling. I've got the financial independence and the freedom to paddle out there and do that every day. I regret staying on active duty the way I did. By gutting it out to the pension, we just added more money onto the financial independence we'd already created for ourselves from our high savings rate. And it wasn't necessary. I try to pay it forward. Talking with other service members, other military families who teach military financial literacy so that they can make better choices. I would tell everybody, the resources are there. Go talk to your command, understand what kind of investor you are, buy the right kind of funds for you, and execute that plan. Retirement. But it's really the beginning of Life 2.0. You have new choices and you have a new way to design your life with financial independence. You can actually go out there and enjoy the things you're passionate about